Okay, we have two open Bibles here. One is a 1975 King James Open Bible, and this one is the current King James Bible. Okay, this one has been rebound. Now, there are some differences in these Bibles, quite a lot. I'll just go, this is where I'm reading at the moment, and I'll show you the differences. Okay, you do have a centre column references, which is good, which is quite good, and here you don't. Now, some of the topic headings here are actually different. You don't actually have them in here. You might have, yeah, you got this one here, but you don't have the reference here. See how you got Kings 1? You don't have this over here. This is what this one's lacking. Now this one, the older one, has self-pronouncing. It's not a lot of self-pronouncing in it, but it has a little with some of the names. And if I go back just a bit, as you can see, here we have a bit of self-pronouncing just with the names and with names and places. Okay, and if I go back here in the newer one, you will see we do not have self-pronouncing in the newer version of it, as you can see. Maybe not so much. Here we go. No self-pronouncing. But I do like these subheadings in these ones, because you get the subheadings and you also get a reference where you will find this also mentioned in somewhere else in the Bible, like this one here is Matthew 1:7-12. Now, you do get the translator's notes here at the end of the verses, as you can see. Now here you don't get them. You will get a number, and I'll try and find one for you. You will just get a number in the text, and then you go over to the center column, and that's where you have to find it. Now, see, we got here temple. Okay, so it'll be 7:3. So if I go into 7:3, we'll find it in here where they've marked it. Okay, I can't see. Okay, must be somewhere here. Anyway, that's how you sort of find them. They are a lot harder to find. These ones are a lot easier. As you have them at the end. You just have them at the end here, and in the text you'll see a little T, and the R is actually stating for the reference here. Where these here will have the normal, you know, A or B. See, A1. See, so if we go, so if we're in 7 and we go 6, 6-1, we'll go over here. 7, 7, 6, 1, and here they are here. They're a lot harder to find. And there's the one, there's your note. I do find them a lot harder to find where here, they're just right at the end of your text. I mean, I don't mind the cross references being in the centre column, but I would have rathered those notes at the end, like this one here, instead of having them in the centre column. This one is a little bit larger print, and the writing's actually a little bit squished together, where this one is a smaller print and the writing is actually further apart. It's actually spread out a little bit. They say it's a 9, but I think it actually reads as an 8. So just be aware of that if you're looking to buy one of these newer open Bibles. They say a nice comfort print of 9. It actually reads as an 8, 8.5. It definitely does not read as a 9. So just be aware of that if you prefer a little bit larger print, or you require a little larger print. But it is a nice clean text to see. I mean, I really do like it. Don't get me wrong here. I mean, it does have You know, like the subject headings in this one are awesome, so you can actually find things quite easy. The red letter in this is actually quite nice. I'm not a red letter person. I'd rather just a black text, but the red letter in this is actually quite nice. We're in the older version. In the older version, it's not as great. You know, it's a bit blotchy, and then, you know, even the printing's a bit iffy on this. You know, see how it's all faded, and you can see the difference in the texture of it's darker here and it's a lot lighter here. Here you don't have that at all. It's all the same. It is. So there is no light or dark, as you can see. It's all the same. I'll get a better page for that. See, it is uniformed, so you don't have any of that sort of problem. Where here you do, and even in the red, you'll find, see how it's really faded here. But yet it's a different shade of red here. I do like both of them. I mean, this paper's just fine. They say this is a 36 GSM paper. Don't expect it to be a 36 GSM paper equal to an Allen or equal to a Cambridge, because it's nowhere near the quality of their paper. I haven't marked in this, or I have marked in this Bible, but only in pencil. So I can't tell you what the bleed through or anything like that is like, but if I would just be careful, because just in case. You do have all the information at the front as usual. You have a reading plan in here. I don't know why they put a reading plan in, to tell you the truth, but you have your indexes here at the front, which is what these are known for. The differences with these are, I do find these actually a lot easier to find and read because of the different colouring. It sort of breaks it up to easier to find. You do, as you can see here, they'll actually give you the page number where it is. So it's Luke 11, 9 and 10, and it's page 965. So it gives you the page number, your reference and your subject. Now you don't have this in this one at all. I don't have a problem with that because I know the order of my books. So, but for a new Christian, okay, it doesn't have it. But I don't know. I just think this is here or there. I mean, that's not a deal breaker of not having that in the newer one at all. You have pretty much the same sort of stuff in this one that you have in the old one. They've just updated it, make it look a little bit nicer. And like I said, the print's a little bit better. I do like how they say it's 17.9 that it starts at, which is here. And then it starts with chapter 18, so you'll have chapter 18 here as well. It is nicely set out so that you've got the colours here to break it all up, so it's easy to find things. And you will find that those subheadings are in bold. Now it is quite I wouldn't say it's a really bold text, but it is dark. It is a lot darker than some, and it does make it a lot easier to read when the consistency of the darkness is the same. You have the same notes down the bottom here as you do have in the old ones. By what I've seen from it, that they haven't updated that much at all. Pretty much all they've updated is the center column, taking the stuff out of here and put it in here, and they've also, the subheadings are a little bit better in the newer one. And you do have these references where you'll actually find this also in the book of Luke, but you'll also find the parable of the lamp also in Mark. You do have that in the newer one, in the old one as well, but if I go into Luke, Mark, okay. Yeah, see, it doesn't really have it in this one, where you will find the next, where the verses will be. So, I mean, that's the disadvantage of this one, I guess. This one, I do like how this one here gives you the date. See how it gives you the date? This one doesn't. It will give you it in the introduction. It'll tell you what date it actually... It gives you the timeline of that in here, see? But it doesn't actually give it to you on the actual chapter, which I actually like. I missed that. So I will more than likely write that in pencil as I read through it. I will write the date on them. I mean, they're only a rough date, but it gives you an idea when you're reading and studying. Yeah, I must say they have done a nice now this one is a glued binding. I mean 75 and it's still together. I haven't lost pages out of this, but they're not. I bought it and I don't think the person previous to me has actually gave it any use at all, so I've been very careful with it being a glued binding. This one is actually a sewn binding, and we also have the stitching in this as well, which I'll just find for you. See, we also have here the stitching as well, and along here. So we have our overcast stitching in this one. This one is printed in Korea. So I do have some Bibles that are printed in China and they are actually rubbish. So Korea has actually done, the printing in this one is actually a little bit better. So, and I guess that's what they do, they're just doing this to save money, you know, printing them in a different country just to save a bit of money, which is a bit of a shame. But, you know, that's the way the world is, isn't it? It's all about money these days. So yeah, and this one's actually printed in the USA. I'll show you that. See, printed in the United States. I mean, even though I'm not American, I mean, even if it was printed in Australia, it's a lot better than being printed in either China or Korea, really. But you know, like I said, that's the way they're going. Okay, this does not come with the red under the gold. This was actually added during the rebind process. So it is gold. This one does have a gold on it as well. It didn't come with a couple of yucky ribbons. I changed these to Beresford ribbons. This one has Beresford ribbons in it as well. But yeah, but if you're looking for an open Bible, I do like, and you don't have an older one, and you're looking at updating, or even getting one because you don't have an older one, because those older ones can be quite expensive, and like a majority of them, it might have a leather cover. See, it is a genuine leather, but it is a glue binding. So it is worth, you know, picking up one of these. Like I said, I really like the subheadings, and this has actually sold me on this Bible. The only thing I do miss is the dates in the chapters where it starts, and I will, like I said, I will more than likely just write them in. I do like the, like I said, I've said it quite a few times in this about the subheadings with this here. Schofield also does the same sort of thing in their Schofield Bibles. You will see the same sort of thing. Well, that's my review. I've compared both these Bibles for you. The older Open Bible with the newer Open Bible. So I hope that helps you decide if you decide you want to get a new Open Bible. This is, like I said, this is the King James version. I don't have a New King James to compare it with, and I won't get a New King James to compare it with either, because I prefer the King James. So that's my review, and I hope that helped anybody who is looking at buying one of the new Nelsons, one of the new Nelson Open Bible. And the first page always gets mangled. It's already got a crease in it, so yeah. And I'm careful with it, and it's still got a crease in it, so So Thomas Nelson has done a nice job with this Bible. So, well, that's the end of my review, and God bless, and thank you for watching.